The Bitcoin tide is bringing in institutional investors. Next on your 4-Minute Crypto Show. Today's show is from a post by the Daily Hodl staff. Morgan Creek Digital co-founder Anthony Pompliano says Bitcoin's status among traditional investors is starting to change. In an interview with Yahoo Finance, Pompliano said the longer Bitcoin continues to thrive and prove naysayers that are predicting its demise wrong, the more people will take notice of its remarkable rise in value over the last decade. He points to the fact that JP Morgan is now providing banking services to crypto exchanges Coinbase and Gemini as a sign of what's to come, stating that Bitcoin is not going away, and you're starting to see a lot of Wall Street investors actually putting Bitcoin in their portfolios. Bitcoin is starting to have a track record, so they can actually see the financial performance. Ultimately, you're going to see that banks can't ignore this space anymore. Pompliano says he's seeing institutional investors increasingly view Bitcoin as a hedge against the volatility of other financial markets. Now, about a year ago, it started to be a thing like, oh, that hasn't died yet? Maybe I should do some more work and get educated on it. But now, what he's seeing is that some have done that work and are now gaining exposure in Bitcoin. So you see someone like a Paul Tudor Jones comes in and says he's got 1% to 2% of his portfolio in Bitcoin, and that he's worried about inflation given all the printing of fiat money that's going on in the world. Pompliano says he's not wavering from his personal prediction on Bitcoin's price path through 2021, saying that his guess is we'll continue to grind up for the next 18 months or so, and he does expect it to be the best performer coming out of this crisis. Now, he's on record as saying he thinks, this is what he thinks, he says he thinks Bitcoin will hit $100,000 per Bitcoin by 2021, which is obviously more than a 10x increase in a relatively short period of time. So do you think that traditional investors, that they're looking at Bitcoin now differently than they did, and that it will have an effect on Bitcoin in a good way? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy these episodes that I produce for you every weekday, please consider buying me a cup of coffee at GaryLeland.com/coffee. I drink a lot of coffee, and it's a great way to show your support for my efforts in producing these shows for you. You can buy me 1 cup of coffee as a one-time buy, or you can buy me a cup of coffee every week for the year. It's completely up to you. But any way you look at it, I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm Gary Leland, the Bitcoin Boomer, and thanks for joining me on another 4-Minute Crypto Show. This is a BitBlockBoom.com production.